Hello friends, I am Dr. Arun B Nair, consultant psychiatrist, Trivandrum. During the lockdown period, many parents are having great difficulties in managing their children. The difficulty is going to be the greatest for those parents whose children are suffering from attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. As we know, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by overactivity, lack of ability to focus your attention continuously on something, easy distractibility, and impulsive behavior. It often starts when the child is less than 7 years of age, but sometimes it may be delayed up to 12 years of age. So, this lockdown period is going to be a big challenge for the parents of those with ADHD, because ADHD children are not habitually comfortable sitting at home, being obedient and being docile. They would like to move around, explore the world, be energetic, be overactive, run around, travel, play with other kids, and be restless all the time. So how are we going to manage these children with ADHD during the days of the COVID pandemic and lockdown? It's a very important problem. So what we can practically do is we can involve these children with ADHD in the day-to-day activities of the household. So set a timetable for them. They should go to sleep at a particular time and wake up at a particular time. The parents can also follow this routine. It won't be wise if the parents continue to browse the internet and use the mobile till early hours in the morning and expect the child to sleep early. If you sleep at 11 p.m., you can ask your child also to sleep at 11 p.m. It would be wise to get up early in the morning, at least by 6 a.m., because the first activity you are supposed to do after getting up in the morning is to engage in some aggressive physical activity. Physical activity leading to expenditure of energy is the best way to reduce the hyperactivity of an ADHD child. So what can you do in the days of this lockdown? It's difficult to go and play at a playground which may be distant from your home. What you can do is you can engage in aggressive physical activities in the courtyard of your own home, or maybe in the periphery of your house, in the road, or if there is a small ground or a park near your home, you can utilize that space. So engage in aggressive physical activities at least for 1 hour in the morning with exposure to sunlight. What is the importance of exposure to sunlight? If you expose yourself to sunlight, the ultraviolet B rays of the sunlight will convert the cholesterol elements in your skin. It is converted to 25-dehydroxycholecalciferol or vitamin D. So vitamin D is very vital for maintaining immunity, for the health of your bones, your teeth, your muscles, for your physical energy level, and also for the information processing of your brain. Some studies have shown that children with adequate levels of vitamin D in the body show better attention span. So many children without exposure to sunlight will have deficiency in vitamin D levels and they suffer from inattention. So children who have ADHD already, they'll be having major problem because of vitamin D deficiency. To ensure adequate level of vitamin D, exposure to sunlight and physical activity for 1 hour every morning would be very useful. What next after the morning physical activity? We can involve the children in day-to-day activities of the household, including cleaning of the house, watering the plants, cooking, arranging things, etc. So we know that children with ADHD have an increased energy level. So we should allow them to do things at their pace. They would like to move at a very fast pace. So you can ask them to arrange some books or some utensils in your household and allow them to work at their own pace. But we should be there to supervise because of hyperactivity, they may end up damaging some things at times. So there are certain small household tasks which can be given to those children with ADHD, which may help to improve their attention span. For example, you can ask an ADHD child to sort out the grains. You give them a plate full of seeds. Ask them to sort out the seeds from the waste material in between. Or you can give some rice and ask them to pick up the grains of sand which may be present in the rice and sort it out. So this sorting out of grains is a wonderful activity. At least 30 minutes a day, if you entrust the child with ADHD to do it, it will be very useful to him. You can engage the child in cooking also. An ADHD child would be very energetic. You can entrust him with washing the vegetables. He may do it very quickly. You can demonstrate the art of washing the vegetables properly and instruct him to do it in a very stepwise manner. Otherwise he may forget it. So after learning that from you, he may do the washing of vegetables wonderfully well. Giving some responsibilities would be another wonderful task to take care of the ADHD children. You can entrust him with certain responsibilities like washing the plates or making him independent by washing his own clothes. Or you can give him the task of watering the plants in your courtyard and tell him that you would be rewarded if you do all these things properly. You can use the star charting method to reward the child. So what is meant by star charting? Sometimes we reward the child by giving some material gifts. But by rewarding the child for every positive action by giving material gifts may not be a very positive thing to do. So what you can do is you can prepare a chart. In this chart, he is supposed to do 5 specific things every day. For example, wake up at 6 a.m., engage in physical activities from 6 to 7, then sorting out grains, participating in cooking, reading a book, something like that. So 5 specific tasks. If the child is doing all the 5 specific things we have written down in the chart without any kind of prompting, you reward him by giving him a star at the end of the day. You draw a star in the chart or stick a star at the chart. So if he does all these 5 activities the next day, he gets a star on day 2 also. If he earns a star continuously every day for the first 5 days of the week, on the 6th day, you can reward him by giving him a gift in exchange of the 5 stars. Or you can take him out if possible, or make him play some game of his choice, or allow him to watch a movie in the television or in the computer on the 6th day. So you are rewarding him on the 6th day by allowing him to do something he likes very much if he earns star on 5 days continuously. So this will make the child wait patiently to get the reward by earning the stars on 5 days continuously. So this would be a wonderful thing to do. You can also specifically praise him for the good things he has done. That is what is meant by emotional reward. If the child has watered the plants very clearly without any kind of prompting, you can shower him with affection and tell him that you are showing this affection because he has responsibly done the art of watering the plants without any prompting. Another way of rewarding the child is by showing social reward. Social reward means if a neighbor is visiting your house, you can reward your child by praising the child in front of the neighbor. You should specify the reason why you are praising the child. You can tell the neighbor that he is so responsible a child. He waters the plants in the courtyard every day, morning and evening, without I prompting him to do so. He's a very responsible boy. So specify the reason why you are praising the child. This specification is very important because unless you specify the reason why you are praising him, the child doesn't know why you are praising him. Just by showering a blanket praise that he is an excellent boy, he is the best boy in the world, that doesn't help because that only breeds narcissism. You need not breed narcissism in your child, because that will make him complacent, that will make him disobedient in future. So instead of that, you can praise him by specifying the reason for the praise, and you should also specify what the good thing the child has done which has earned him the praise. So by doing all these things, you can make the child responsible, you can make the child do things which you want him to do, and you should criticize the child for the negative things. But how to criticize, that is a very important art. There is no use in shouting, no use in using bad words, abusing him or beating him. You should tell the child specifically what went wrong in his behavior. And you should specifically tell him how to correct his behavior also. So the specific thing which went wrong should be very clearly explained, and how to correct that should also be very specifically mentioned. So that would help him to do the things properly the next time. So by mixing this reward and punishment appropriately, you can make the child a responsible child, you can make the child do positive things, you can improve the self-esteem of the child also, so that by the end of this lockdown, the child becomes a very responsible citizen, very capable of taking care of his own activities, and a very important asset to your household. So happy parenting during these lockdown days, and utilize these lockdown days to inculcate a sense of responsibility in your child. All the best.